In 2014, the Yazidis endured the Yazidi genocide. A lot of them were forced to flee Sinjar or Shingal as ISIS began invading. Many fled in cars, but mostly on foot. Around approximately 6,000 people, mostly women and children, were killed, if not held captive, and then subject to repeated violence. In 2018 was the first time that I began working with the Restoration Act, where I was able to distribute supplies throughout the refugee camps. And I also came to Sharia, a city I was introduced for the first time, where a lot of Yazidis came and sought refuge in as well. But many weren't able to go back to Sinjar for various reasons, so a lot of them were still settled here. And I knew then I wanted to provide a sustainable form of impact, so that even if I wasn't here, there'd be continuous help. And after speaking to a lot of the kids here, a lot of the parents, it was obvious that electricity at this learning center was imperative, because it provided their kids with an adequate form, a productive way to learn. And I think this was, something really important to hone in on. I think access to a proper education at a young age is a core tenet of human rights, because without an access to education, we're bound to repeat the tragedies that we've committed historically. And with it, we have the possibilities of creating a world that is so much better.
My education is in the area of special education, and so that grabbed my heart as well as my husband's heart, and we said, could we come back here to Kurdistan and do something with children with special needs? And we did, and we started by doing home visits, and then from there other people heard that we were interested with special needs children, and they told us about them. And then we started by having just 2 children come to our living room, and that's where our first classroom was in the November of 2019. And then we grew to 5 children in that one room. And then from there, we said we need to look for another place so that we can grow. And we found this current location, which is a house that we're renting, gives us more space. And we have 2 different classes. During the summer, when we lose electricity, it doesn't take but a few minutes and the classroom becomes way too warm. People are more agitated, the children, they whine more. It's just harder to keep things under control when the environment is either too hot or too cold. Thinking about when it's too cold, just last winter we had one of our propane heaters on, and I was in the gym and I'm like, oh, I smell something, what is that? And so one of the toys or rolls that they have in the classroom for rolling on the floor, it was starting to burn. Thankfully that wasn't flammable material, and we were able to remove that. But there are some safety issues in the winter using propane heaters that we won't have to worry about this winter.
I am Kalash Omar Musa, and I work at the LLC as a teacher and director assistant. This story goes back to 2014 because there happened a genocide to us as Yazidis because of our name and our beliefs. Yazidis are a group of people. It is a religion, and they have their own language, Kurmanji or Kurdi. So they live mainly in Iraq, Turkey, Syria, and some parts of Iran. Sinjar or Shingal hasn't been a safe place after 2014. So we didn't have a stable educational process or access for our kids. The LLC gives a better chance for education and learning because it's a safe place for the kids to be in, and we have never heard a student says, I don't want to come. Whoever comes, they want to continue with us. So doubtlessly those solar panels will help us to overcome the heat in the summer and cold in the winter. Some are autistic, they're very sensitive. This project will help us be more fruitful in our teaching.
I've had the honor of organizing this project through the Restoration Act, and I'm really proud to present that we've partnered with Bazian Solar, who has done a tremendous amount of work installing all the solar panels and ensuring that everything goes smoothly. I'm really excited to be able to provide sustainable energy and 24/7 access to electricity, because this will benefit the kids, parents, anyone that can be in this learning center. It acts as a community center as well. To everyone that helped fund this project, including Slovak Aid, Step In, and all the people who donated through social media and through my website, I want to give you a very, very big thank you, because without you, this wouldn't have been possible. I encourage you all to stay in touch and to stay updated, as there's many ongoing projects that you can help contribute to. Thank you.